Pizzeria is a Las Vegas Eastside Barrio pizza pop-up shop, which was founded by U.S. Navy and Army veteran Anthony Rivera in 2024. As friendly and energetic pizza enthusiasts, they combine old-school Neapolitan techniques with modern high-quality ingredients to create hella good pizza. They're open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday, for dine-in, pickup, and they offer delivery and catering for visiting families, large groups, sports teams, and parties. There is no longer a need to go through the hassle of getting your family or large groups to commute to a busy restaurant at a specific time just to be told you're on the waiting list, where you can get the best pizza on the east side of Las Vegas, prepped, baked, and served directly to you in the comfort of your home, Airbnb, or hotel. Please make sure you're following Neo Pizza's Instagram page at Pizza Neo Pizza to stay updated on their current menu selections, special events, and everything in between.
Welcome everybody back to the Kiings Court. I'm your king, KiingJesss, and I gotta say, it feels good to be back. We got a few things to discuss, so let's get into it. First off, I was on vacay last week as me and my lady headed to Disneyland to celebrate its 70th anniversary, and it was a blast. I was born in Anaheim and I lived 10 minutes away from Disneyland for 11 years, so I always love going back and spending time at the parks. If you're going to Disneyland soon, have them in julep for me. Those things smack, and they had a very special version when I went. God damn, that shit was fire. But on to some wrestling. Roman's finally back in what feels like forever. The OTC finally decided to show up to work, and I gotta say, it's good to have him back. Which is kind of crazy to say, as Roman's big dog era was the reason I left the product all those years ago. But shit, he's won us over, and that crowd popped massively. The OTC came out to clown on an already struggling Oracle faction, but we all knew if it got physical, the OTC was going to get his tribal tattoos handed to him. And that's exactly what happened. But for his saving grace, the Yeet Man himself, Mr. Four Moves of Doom, Jey Uso came and backed up the OTC, and it looks like this is what the tag match going into SummerSlam will be. Can't say I'm mad at it. These boys can really put something special here, or it can also be a huge news fest. So we'll just have to wait and see. I just hope being in such company in the ring will get Jay to finally show up and become the superstar everyone wants him to be. Next up, we got CM Punk versus Gunther. They got to meet in the ring for a brief face off, and I gotta say, I think that if there's no fuckery in this match, then CM Punk might get his title here. But my boy Boyo did come to me with a wild theory that I gotta share. He said, what if Seth's injury is a work? All Seth has a sprain, which he's already healing, and he'll deliver on his promise of never allowing Punk to hold gold in the company while he's around, with Seth cashing in when Punk finally thinks he's got the belt one. Crazy, I know, but completely doable depending on the severity of Seth's injury. Either way, Punk versus Gunther should be a classic David versus Goliath, and I am all for it. Becky was also back recently, and it looks like this feud with Lyra is still chugging. I really hope this SummerSlam match is the end of it, as the stipulation is that Lyra can't challenge again for it if she loses. So I hope they do the right thing and put the belt back on Lyra and send Becky off into motherhood. Sheamus is on a roll recently as well, with a big victory up against the unbeatable Rusev since his return. And I really do hope that we get to see Grand Slam Sheamus soon. If not by the end of the year, then by early next year. He definitely deserves it, and he's putting in the work to get it. Another winner as of recent, Kieran Cross, got a victory against Sami Zayn with the assist from Scarlett. But hey, a win's a win, and I hope that this leads to bigger things for Cross. I've been a huge Cross fan since his days in FSW. I always knew that this kid was money, and they just weren't utilizing him correctly. And I would say that they still aren't utilizing him correctly. But this is a huge step forward into what the fans have want. The fans want Cross, so give them Cross. Finally, Naomi has been the menace I've always wanted her to be. From wilding out on social media posts to just interrupting Steph and Io, she's been running amok, and I've been loving every second of it. But it looks like it got her finally into a pickle as she's looking to defend her belt in a triple at SummerSlam. I don't see her losing it here. I think Rhea takes the pin, moving her away from the title contention. Like I said, she can use a break from it, and this would be the perfect out. With the success of teams like Queen Bliss, I don't see why we can't throw Rhea Ripley into the tag division for a bit. But with that being said, I still think Naomi walks out as champion at SummerSlam. That brings this week's show to an end. I know it's short, but I'm still a little bit of sick from my trip, as you could probably hear it. I do want to remind y'all that we have SummerSlam coming up in a few weeks. 2 nights this year, which is wild, with not even enough announced for one night. But okay, I guess we'll get there. Water will be returning for those weeks as a prediction and a review show. And hey, maybe a special guest will pop in for the 1 year anniversary of Water. We'll have to wait and see. Till next week, I have been your king, and this court has been adjourned.